Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining me every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. And thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do share it with your friends and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Today, what we discuss, friends, about the women who were in SSR's lives. How true were they, or how opportunistic were they? Now, I've just based all this also on the diaries that Sushant has written and which needs to be verified. So I've taken some of the material from that as well. So these are not exactly my words, but the other part is all reported stuff and what we have put together. So kindly bear that in mind when you listen to the today's session. Friends, a normal image of a typical Indian woman is that of compassion, cultural values, love, and duty towards the family. But the women we speak about here, who were at some point a part of Sushant Singh's life, never did reflect these values. This is, again, as revealed in their relationships, as expressed in Sushant's diary and also media reports. Well, Sushant, as all of us know, was not a typical Bollywood character with a six-pack, body and a low IQ. Yes, while he did work on his physique, he was always there in the gym, working out. He was also a very intensely spiritual person. A man who would wake up early in the morning, chant Shiva's mantras and bhajans. A man who was very intellectual and ambitious to change the complete scenario of Bollywood. So, who were the women in his life? If you look at the women who really influenced him, of course, it was his mother. He always spoke about his mother in endearing terms, and she was the one who has influenced him most. And it is her early death that perhaps made him even more sensitive to life. And he also spoke of his sisters, who he was very close to. He was very close to his family. Well, if you're talking about the first woman who entered his life, it was Ankita Lokhande. At the first stage, how did this woman enter his life? She came from Madhya Pradesh, and her father was a banker and her mother a teacher. After appearing in Zee Cine Awards, she was slowly absorbed into Balaji telefilms, and she was offered the lead role in Pavitra Rishta against Sushant in 2009. The fact that Sushant was extremely talented and ambitious sent her the right signals. She realized that this was a man she could depend on and who she could also become a part of. So for the next few years, they became friends and later a couple who were living together. And as SSR made his forays into Bollywood, he also helped her to look for films, for herself. But somewhere he realized that there was a certain reluctance in her part to accept movies, and this used to surprise him. Now, a lot of this has also been taken from the diaries that Dipti has been reading out. So these are not my words, or these are not Dipti's words. These are words that are written in his diary, which, of course, we are all waiting for verification as well. But what we understand when she reads these diaries is that you can see the pain, the reflection of what's happening in the industry, the murk, the dirt inside the industry, the kind of people who, work there, and how people get films and how people become superstars. Everything is based on certain things. So when he started working for Pavitra Rishta, he realized that he liked Ankita in a sense, and they started to live together. And during this time, Sandeep Singh says that he was also a part of their life, and he also stayed with them for some 12 months and all. But that is not, something that Sushant has, ever spoken about. But at that time also, Sandeep said that he was very, it was after the death that he said that he was very emotionally attached to Ankita, and he wrote a long emotional post on Instagram about how sincere she was in her love for Sushant, and how much he wanted to see them married. Now, when you talk about these things, you also realize that, see, Sandeep Singh was very sort of a creepy guy, who says, when Sushant died, he was locked in his in his house due to coronavirus. When a common friend, Mahesh Shetty, called him to inform him of Sushant Singh's demise. Shetty came around in his car, he says, to pick up Sandeep Singh from his house, and together they went to Mont Blanc's apartment where Sushant lived. How tough it was to get the ambulance and going, and the emotional trauma he suffered, all that was conveyed at the hospital, as he had to perform the role of a family while he was the only close friend. Then the discrepancies began surfacing. In an unrelated interview, Congress politician Sanjay Nirupam described how he came to know of Sushant's death. Nirupam, originally from Bihar, said he had invited over some film industry folks for lunch when the news flashed on TV, and among his guests was Sandeep Singh, also from Bihar. Now, why would a film producer lie about his whereabouts in a case of suicide of a close friend, according to him? Well, from all accounts, Sandeep Singh was supposed to be a friend of Sushant Singh when he was living with Ankita. That was about a decade ago. Sandeep was a common friend of both of them, and now he says he had not spoken to some SSR for more than 10 months. And Sushant Singh's family has also gone on record saying that they did not know any Sandeep Singh. Talking about the house staff, they've also said that Sandeep did not know Riya Chakrabarti either. And Sandeep says he was assisting Sushant's sister Meetu Singh on the day of the postmortem and the next day at the funeral. In fact, he had a photographer trailing him and clicking pictures of him with Meetu Singh to publicize his initial stand about being a family member. This suspicious man was also seen at Ankita's birthday. You'll also notice, friends, that Ankita is not the kind of person who will sit quiet. She's the kind of person who needs PR almost every day. If you look at Google, there are certain people who are covered almost every day, and one is Ankita, one is Mauni, and then there are some other girls also in who form a part of Ekta Kapoor's team, and that's Rashmi and a few others like Urvashi Rotela. So here again, you'll see that she chose all this time to cash in on Sushant's her relationship with Sushant and his fame for conveying her thoughts almost so frequently that whenever there was an occasion, she would sing a song, or she would praise him or pay tribute to him, just to revive memories of him, saying that she missed him a lot. This is all the time that she was with her boyfriend Vicky Jain, a businessman. Now you'll remember that Ankita was also, this Vicky Jain was part of her life when she was also having an affair with Sushant. So he was there somewhere in the background, and she was also aware of Salman Khan. And you will also note something very peculiar is that this woman who was, who you acted very gharelu in the presence of Sushant Singh, has completely changed in the presence of Vicky Jain. She's gone on to wearing Western clothes, which are very skimpy, and behaving in a very hep manner. And you would remember that last birthday, the surprise guest was Sandeep Singh. Also, the fact that she had no films in hand, and yet she lived a very, very lavish life. And she chose almost, like we said, every opportunity to cash in on Sushant's fame, paying tributes to him through songs and pictures. If you remember, SSR has said that he was upset that she was not accepting films. And also, what upset him more, this is all from the diary, he says that she was posting intimate pictures of theirs on social media. And in fact, some of these pictures were also coming from certain unknown sources. So he was wondering how these pictures had gone into those people's hands. And you would have also seen that these pictures and small videos have started floating in social media again. It is then that he began to distrust her more. And there were also reports that he was having her followed to see what was happening. So, this was the first woman that he started suspecting in his relationship. And perhaps that would have been the reason why he broke off from her. Immediately a day after SSR's death, Ankita was reported to have gone to Ekta's house to discuss the revival of Pavitra Rishta and sort of a fund that they could do it as a tribute to people who were depressed in SSR's name. But at that time, the father, Sushant's father, and family gave strict instructions that no one should cash in on SSR's name. So this stopped their project midway. But Ekta did not give up. Now she has launched the second part of the serial. I assume it's the second part of Pavitra Rishta with a new hero who looks half Ankita's age. Now, why would Ekta do that unless Ekta's films or a series are not doing well? These people they're all like leeches, trying to cash in on Sushant's fame and trying to, touch the sentiments of the people. So it's very important to understand, friends, that somewhere all these people, whether it is Ankita or Ekta Kapoor, all of them are trying to use his name so that they get some sort of hits. And I'm sure that none of Ekta's movies or serials are doing well. And she's also trying to now, Ankita is also trying to revive her dead career by acting with a man who looks much younger to her. Another important thing you should know is that, see, all the time that she's been living with Sushant, it is Sushant who has been the breadwinner. And he bought a flat in her name and was reported to have paid EMIs for the same. Even after he left, the flat remained with her, and it was said that he was still paying the EMIs, which she said that had stopped. Now enters another woman in his life, and that is Ria. Sushant says very clearly in his diary, if that uh, Ria had tried to demoralize him during the European trip. So one thing we understand, friends, through the diary, it is that somewhere perhaps he was attracted to Ria, and he would have seen her as an innocent woman till the time that they went to Europe. And he says clearly that in his diary, that Ria had tried to demoralize him during the European trip, and she made frequent calls to her father. And also, people like Shera, Mahesh Bhatt, Sara Ali Khan, Deepika Padukone, Jaya Saha of Kwan, and Imtiaz Khatri, and even Siddharth, meaning perhaps Siddharth Pitani. And but when Sushant would ask her who she was making calls to, she would always try to convince him, saying that it was her father. Now we all know that her father was a doctor in the army. So why was she in constant contact with him? Was he prescribing her medicines along with drugs to make him depressed and put the depression angle on him and entangle him in her web? And it is during this time that he realized that this is all there in the diary, that she was lying. And she was reporting to her bosses or handlers. And that if something happened to him, he says that, he was predicting something bad. If something bad happened to him, people should know that these were the people behind whatever would happen to him. Perhaps here implying his death. You look at how far he's seen, into their manipulations. But that he also said that he would fight like a hero till his last breath. He says he was looking for culprits all around when the thief was right in front of him. That was what upset him the most. He says that she was right there in front of him, and he was looking all around, for culprits, implying that Ria and that he would use her, he would use her, since he knows it, to keep others distracted and engaged. Now, see, if you go to in the midst of this, you will know that he was introduced to Sara Ali Khan. And Sara Ali Khan was introduced to him by Yash Raj Films, he says, which means perhaps Aditya Chopra. And it is during this time that he was discussing about PK, and he was saying about some weird things happening on the sets, and where there seemed to be a link with Amir Khan and Salman and Aditya, and they were trying to sort of create a sense of distrust in what was happening in India, as if to promote the feeling of unrest in India by stating that stars were not feeling safe in India. And Sushant was surprised that Sarah knew everything about it. And he was wondering how this young girl knew all about this. And he also mentioned that his colleagues, people who he was working with, and actors themselves, Asif Basra and Sandeep Nahar, were also hated Sarah, which means they were suspicious of her. And if you look at the link, perhaps the link could have been, perhaps he was implying Saif Ali Khan. We also know that during the making of Kedarnath, when he was introduced to Sarah by Yash Raj Films, he explains how she tried to get close to him, and that she was aware of what was happening during this shooting of PK, the links between Amir Khan and their plans to create unrest in India, by stating that the stars were finding it unsafe in India. And how she knew it again, he says that he was surprised. We also know as a public that just for the sake of a movie, usually in Bollywood, what they normally do is they give an impression that the hero and the heroine are in love. And here also, the director wanted Sarah and Sushant to appear as if they were in love. Perhaps Sushant would have been taken in by what he saw initially as an innocence, but he was not sure. And we could see a lot of images of him and Sarah, in close contact at events and in the restaurant. But the moment the movie was over, Sarah Ali dropped him like a potato, hot potato. And also, he came to know from PR that the whole focus was on Sarah and not him. It was then that he realized this woman's manipulations as well. And she never had any sad feelings for him at all. So if you look at this is the third woman who was so callous that she did not share any sorrow at his death, or even the pain that most of us feel. Now, what really puzzled Sushant was how deeply could Ria be involved in this whole thing, and so again, see here again, we're talking taking some excerpts from the diary, and just a minute, friends. So here again, see why he was suspicious about Ria was that there was a time when he was speaking on the phone. He was speaking on the phone and phoned to Disha, and Disha called him suddenly, and he told Disha, "Why are you calling? You shouldn't be calling me." And the moment Ria heard about it, Ria got very agitated, and he could sense that she was sweating, and she went away from him, and Sushant disconnected the phone. So then he went to her, and he could feel, that she was perturbed, and pretending as though, that nothing was wrong. But when she came to him, and when she hugged him, she knew that she knew everything, and she was a mole planted in his life. Around this time, he was also feeling scared for Disha, he says, as she had become a part of what he was doing, and she told him she wanted to help him, and she knew several things that were happening in the coterie. That is, where with regards to Salman Khan, and since she was working with Aishwarya earlier. Remember, he said it was Ria who made him meet Mahesh Bhatt. Again, these are excerpts from the diary initially. And he said he would help him dig deep into what was happening. But he needed to change his number frequently so that he could not be identified, speaking to SSR. SRK somewhere in the diary also mentions that he had a dedicated team and that Disha, Sandeep Nahar, Asif Basra were all a part of this team and that they were unearthing the secrets. Now, here, friends, you will know that this was not just three or four of them. A whole lot of people died. And I'm sure that all these people were deeply connected in this, whatever mission that SSR was doing to expose the underbelly of Bollywood. And the moment these people came to know that these friends were involved, they started, getting rid of them one by one. Disha also made him aware of what Ria and her brother were doing, buying air tickets and spending his money, and he knew that this could be linked to drugs. Now, why would Disha be aware? Because she was his business manager, and she was working in the same company that was owned by Bunty Sachdea, who is related to, whose wife is the brother of Salman Khan's brother. And here, so Sushant knew that all this money was being used for something. And perhaps there was a drug link here. And perhaps they were planning to invest in something big that would secure Ria and her brother even more money. Disha and Samir, he says that he was not a part of it. They were a part of they were working on the drugs angle. And at a later stage, Disha got really panicky and said that they had been compromised. Someone from inside was leaking out the information. This even shook SSR, but he tried to calm her down. So friends, you'll realize that if he felt somewhere that if if Ria was planted in his life, surely Rohan may have been planted in Disha's life. So these were doubts that he has voiced in his diary. It is then that he tells Pitani that because of so much of money being depleted from his bank account, he wanted to change the password to his accounts. And it is Siddharth Pitani's reaction that surprises him, because Siddharth Pitani says there's nothing wrong. Why should we change it now? And then he expresses the idea to Samuel Miranda because he wanted to test them. And he tells Samuel Miranda not to tell Ria that he had changed the number of the password. In the evening, Ria comes to him and gets very furious and says that he's cheating her. That's when he realizes that all of them are interconnected. All the time, he knew they were trying to prove he was depressed or mentally insane. And they were working on that. And that he was fast falling into their trap. And that he needed to be careful. And and at a later stage, as I said, so he was getting, they were trying to prove that he was depressed or mentally insane, that he was fast falling into their trap, and he needed to be careful. And it is also at this time that he gets a call from Mahesh Bhatt, who wants to discuss the Jia case with him. And he says that he was unnecessarily dragged into it when he was innocent. Now, this is also, in the diary, he mentions the fact that, he's been having several conversations with Mahesh Bhatt about, the deaths of Divya Bharati, and other deaths. So this is at another later stage that he says that he would like to discuss the Jia Khan case with him and how he was unnecessarily dragged into it. This made Sushant very sure that the enemy was indeed inside the house and not outside, which made him feel rather unsafe. And it was this decision then too, it was at this time. Now we keep asking each other, why is the family not getting involved? It was Sushant's idea not to involve his family because he knew that they would face a lot of dangers if he got them involved. And he wanted to save his father and his sisters and brother in law from this kind of attack. It was at this point that he got a call from Uday of Kwan, which is indirectly owned by Salman, though he says that he doesn't have any part in it, saying that he wants Sushant to meet Salman Khan and some other people. In the diary, it's very clearly mentioned that when he goes for this meeting, he was rather wary about it, and he was also warned by his friends that to be careful. And it is at this meeting that he says that there were other people present, like Salman, Shera, Imtiaz, Dino Moria, among others, and he was beaten. Beaten in such a manner that no bruise was shown, anywhere, but the pains and the aches were there. And he did not tell his family about it, so because he did not want them to be involved in it at all. So these are parts where you see that completely he knew what Ria stood for, and whatever happened after that, he knew that she was the one who was leading him towards a bigger problem. In between all this, you also know that Kriti Sanon was another actress who came into his life, and she, when she acted with him in Rapta, that was in 2017, she also, like what the director wanted, they created a love affair between the two. And perhaps Sushant was, he liked her because of her intelligence. But whatever happened was that there was not much of love involved. And Kriti, in fact, publicly humiliated him and shamed him and said that, spoke about him, his death in a sort of a casual manner. Saying that, I knew your mind was your worst enemy, as though he was, he had committed suicide because of his mental problems. She said that I knew you were broken, when when the fact was that she never even reached out to him. If you know that a man is broken and he needs help, that's the time when you should be helping him if he was your true friend. But she never did that. And the moment the film became a flop, the relationship also ended. And of course, you've also seen the way, she's climbed higher and higher with a lot of films in her, in her hand, because she's been playing to the right tune. And she's been seen with the people who are also a part of this coterie. If you look at, if many, some of you have been saying that, he was exploited. No, he was not exploited. It was just that, he did not have, Sushant never really had a sincere friend. Because in Bollywood, people are, people have double faces. And none of these women that we spoke of had any ethics as far as, the descriptions we have been reading about. If all this is true, then they don't have any ethics. They used a person and then just threw him away. So what I feel is that, it was Sushant's spiritual, nature that made him stand strong and withstand so much of abuse. But then, their world is so cruel that, you can't. There comes a stage when you can't fight them anymore. So this friends, is something that I want to speak to you about. I'll just have a look at your comments as well. KB, love your matter-of-fact manner of explaining how SSR was betrayed by those he trusted without trying to impose your own opinions on viewers. Thank you, KB. It's something that is very, sort of saddening, because he was such a wonderful person and he had only good wishes for everybody. So that sort of makes us all feel very, very sad that he could have lived a longer time and contributed so much to society. So Mitra, the next session with Deepthi will be on Monday. Ramata, you were smarter than them. Yes. Still, Kriti seems to be better than the rest. Yes, perhaps. I'm not too sure about that. This is what was conveyed. Jisha, when we people study and acquire position in life, these uneducated fellows simply gain crores without any hard work and drug sale. Yes. Ridhima, good evening. Bandari, nice, so glad to hear that. Shilpa, he was not lucky with women. Yes, I suppose that because in this field it's very difficult to trust women or men for that matter. Dreamers, this Nautankita encouraged her fans to tweet against SSR a few years back. I've read those tweets. She seems dangerous and worse than Ria. Does he mention how they made him into an addict? No, that point has not come in as yet. But he did say that when he was in Europe, when he was undergoing the, sort of feeling depressed, she used to contact, Priya used to contact her father very frequently. So that's, a doubt that he had. Swati, thank you. Kanika, I wish she could have stayed away from these bullies when everyone knows how these people are. Uh, for people like Abhishek who are just here, see, please realize that, see, it's not that it is time pass. We haven't forgotten the SSR case at all. Until he gets justice, we will keep speaking about it. So you will have to bear with us, or you will have to go to some other channel. But we will not give up on the SSR case, and we will keep talking about different aspects till everything is exposed. Do not think that people like Deepthi or Jia's mother, Rabia, or myself are just speaking in vain. Please try to understand that. If we are talking about SSR, thank us. That's more than a year later, we are still talking about it when others have gone about their lives because they're not bothered about who gets killed or murdered in the most, vicious manner. So please try to understand. And if you're still unhappy with what we are doing, do not follow us or do not come on our channel. Sanjat, Marathi actor Usha Narkani, who played SSR's mother in Pavitra Rishta, rejected to work in the PR too. She gave health reason, but I doubt. Yes, absolutely. Nanda, Ankita is saying like Ria. That is what it appears to be. Alchemical, Ankita was knowing the plan before it happens. She posted a status which she deleted so fast just before Sushant's death news came out. It was not only her, but there were some others also who deleted their posts very fast because you know what, they were all pointing towards a suicide. When it was not a suicide, it was completely covered up by the Mumbai police. Girja, we should boycott the new serial of Pavitra Rishta. It's never going to be the same again without Sushant. Yeah, it's not a question of Sushant, being in it or not. Ekta Kapoor should understand the repercussions. Deepa, Ankita was also using Sushant's money for the flat. Yes, his flat. Yeah, I agree with you absolutely. That's insane that someone should do that. Pragati, Ankita did nothing except Pavitra Rishta. It was not Sarah, this was Ria. Monica, Ankita released letters, but I don't know, I have my doubts on that girl. Well, I don't trust her, Monica. Suchitra, what about the Bangkok trip with Sarah? Not clear. Yes, see, this was all a part, Suchitra, of the PR that was for the movie, Kedarnath. That's it. So after that, the moment that was over, they went on with their lives. Bhandari? By the way, Urvashi is a super hit in Bollywood circles. Well, I don't believe what you say. Suchitra, where are the letters? All these females knew everything that happened with Sushant. These jokers were money minded and opportunistic and still are. It does not matter to them if Sushant is no more. Absolutely. Banu, I agree. She did know and posted that cryptic message. Suchitra, it seems they shared the same room during Kedarnath. Now, this is all, hearsay. Nanda, after breakup, Ankita was nowhere, but after SSR, she's talking every day about SSR. Yes, this is only for PR. Ankita is highly vernacular. Observe her language and expressions. She's cunning enough to cling on to something rich. See, if you'll also notice that piece that when she gave interviews to Times Now and to also to Republic, it was the whole thing was like she was acting in a serial, trying to bring tears. It was as if the whole thing was play acting. And if you're really intelligent, you can see through it. Sushant carried Kedarnath on his own back, absolutely. Monica. Taimina. Bollywood cults are all linked with each other in all their filthy activities behind the doors. Whoever tries to bring out their masks, they first boycott them and kill those pure souls. Yes. Bandari, Amrita Singh and Saif should be ashamed, sharing the same room. Disgusting. Sara Ali Khan also did the Queen exact same thing, Kartik Aaryan. She really wanted to play the girl next door. Ideal, romantic type, yes. Sara will never make it. Bandari. Yes, Safe's animosity is for all to see. Sinister and discreet. EM, SAK was not the reason for the success of uh, Kedarnath, absolutely. Gloria, all these duffers will never make it. Welcome, KB. You're my old friend. Monica, the Bollywood cults are all interlinked. Maybe Saif has smelled Sushant's potential and told his daughter to enter his life. I don't understand why should anyone say they want to date you and then do that. Yes. Also remember, Monica, Asif was also killed, and I don't think he was. The police say that it was a suicide. I don't think it was a suicide. I think he was killed. Peace. Balaji camps are tutorials for blackmailing people. SSR is quite innocent, but not a fool. Yes. Bandari, by the way, it's well known that Jackie Fernandez and Pooja Hegde are Sajid Nadia Dwara's birds. Gloria, please boycott totally. Meera, shame on Jackie. Why Ankita engaged Jane after dismissing of SSR? Why not before? Yes. And the strange thing is that, see, Jain also seems to be interested in other women. If you look at the video of the birthday, you will see him eyeing other women. Chalet. Boycott Bollywood forever. Absolutely. Gloria, please boycott Pavitra Rishta too. Yes. She got engaged on 11th June. Yes. Peace, a huge theatre near us has been closed. This is just the beginning of people's action. Absolutely, Peace, and this is a very good thing. If people have decided to make them bankrupt, then the whole system will get cleansed. Alchemical, if anyone remembers, Ankita is the person who invited Sandeep Singh, at her birthday party after SSR's death and did hide him behind the door while clicking pics. Suspicious. I don't know how, Alchemical is that, I don't know how anybody can be Sandeep's friend. He with his shifty eyes and his shifty behavior. Gloria. No Sushant, no Bollywood. Yes. Sanjay. Ankita was seen before and also when she was with SSR. जोशी नौटंकी को देखो नया वीडियो हर रोज कोई खुशी मना रही है yes Ian, men can act like goons, pick a fight, but these ladies are all venomous, can't trust them at all. Innocence on the face value, but vultures for real, yes. Cheryl, those who died before and after Sushant were all in his team working for him, yes. There was even some news doing the rounds that Sandeep Singh was the CEO 5 years back of Rashmi Thakre's company. Yes, he was associated, Monica. I've done a story on this. If you watch one of the old videos, Bandari, Pooja Hegde has no single hit in Bollywood. Or why should Sajid Nadia Dwara sign her for Kabhi Eid, Kabhi Diwali with Salman Khan? She has movies in Telugu, I think. Gloria, please like the videos. Thank you so much, Gloria. Dhruv, 373 watching, only 83 likes. Please hit the Like, but thank you, Dhruv. And yes, a big group of people have been put down. Monica, all these separate stories are actually interlinked. If we can get to the bottom of this, we can give Sushant. Yeah. So how well you have put it, Monica. This whole thing is tied together. When you look at the diaries and you would put these two things together, you realize that the complete story is coming out. Inaji, some dismantled pen drive is with CBI, it seems. Okay. Ankita was happily playing Miss Innocent until SSR diaries came along, exposing her as a controller and blackmailer. Peace. Stella, all this Bollywood life is disgusting. Vidya, Jisha, nowadays she's acting like a teenager, unfollowed, now Tankita. I never had a good feeling about Ankita, and I got bashed on many channels for saying that I knew something was off with that lady. Something just felt wrong. Here also, Monica, I would like to remind you. You remember, when she did that interview with the Republic, she also mentioned, she or somebody else mentioned that she gave her car to the police from Bihar because the Mumbai police refused to give them a vehicle. So here, you can make out that she's going overboard to show how innocent she is. Swati, next slide of diary on Monday, Swati. Nanda, yes, after breakup with SSR, she was dating Jane. So why not they engaged or married when SSR was alive? Yes. In Coffee with Karan, Saif told that if anybody got money, take my daughter. Though it was shown in a sarcastic way, but it is the real face and truth. They only know money and can sell their children. Yes. Gloria, now Tankita was no match for Sushant. Look at her. These vixens will meet their karma soon. Boycott products endorsed by these devils. Harpic to Horlicks to everything. In fact, Peace, what I found surprising, even today, a new ad of Virat Kohli. I mean, he's the only cricketer who gets ads. It seems so obvious that, see, he and his wife are continuously on Google News. Even if the child sort of burps, their photos are there on Google. What is happening? I mean, who's interested in all of them? And why are we only seeing the same faces? Whether it is, Virat Kohli or whether it's, Alia Bhatt or whether it is Akshay Kumar. I mean, why are we seeing all the same faces? You mean to say that in such a big country like India, we do not have other faces? And why can't the common man be represented by normal models? Do we need film stars at all? Or cricketers? Kanika, why shouldn't he keep his life simple and ask his sisters to take care of the bank account? A thought after he died. Sanjay, she had been seen before also with Jane. Yes. Alchemical, the Jane guy is the reason behind the breakup of Ankita and SSR. No, it's not that alchemical. So SSR made out. I mean, that there was something, some hanky panky going on. Ankita is an opportunist, yes. Monica, I felt very broken about the part that Sushant wrote saying that he had fallen to Ankita's feet, begging her for his life back. I don't know why I felt there was a tinge of truth to it. Yes. See, if you look at it, Monica, if you look at the case of Sri Devi, she was also a victim of Boni Kapoor. He had completely controlled her, what she would wear, what she would speak, how much she would speak, how much she would charge for an event. Alchemical, when she was with SSR, she was dating Jane too. Yes. Sanjay, I think they're engaged but could be wrong. Sanchayita, let's get together, SSRians, and bring down all those involved in Sushant Disha murder. Yes. Peace. During Dhoni, she used to continuously call him and disturb him. He broke his phone. She was jealous, no work, dependent. Mandari, is it possible for all of us here not to go to the theaters when the first major movie is released in the theaters? Yes, yes. In fact, Peace, another thing is that Sushant has also remarked in his diary about Ankita's terrible temper. Anuj, the best achievement of SSR was that through his life and death, he has managed to make the glossy shine of these bars in eyes of the Aam Aadmi, at least the people who are following this channel. Yes, absolutely. Pragati, all were killed brutally. Sandeep Nahar, Disha Salian, Asif Basra, Sushant, Manpreet, and so many. And this Indian third class system do nothing. Worse people, worse politicians, worse system. Talk about Maharashtra, not the whole of India. Pragati, we're talking about specifically about Maharashtra and the Mahavikas Aghadi. Shivian, hello, welcome. Monica, you think about it. If the mafia came after Sushant, why was Ankita spared? Didn't the mafia think that if we leave Sushant's girlfriend alone, she could expose us too? She was one of them. Yes, that's a very good point. Dreamers. This Nautankita encouraged her fans to tweet against SSR a few years back. I've read those tweets. She seems dangerous. Also, in the diary, Dreamers and also Monica, uh, see, it is said that he was purposely put in the Me Too movement. He never did anything. He's too much of a gentleman to touch anybody. And they said that he, played with Sanjana. And Sanjana later said that it was all wrong. So they were trying to fix him and mar his reputation. Gloria, she was sleeping all day, would wake up at 4 p.m. What work she would do? This is mentioned when they did an interview together. Misha, Bollywood died on 14th June 2020. Yes. Tahmina, sometimes my heart breaks just thinking what they did to Sushant, and in his last interview, he was so fragile and looked so ill. But still, he said when he knows what his purpose is and he's not afraid. Yes, only a brave warrior will do this sort of thing. Sanatan, the reason Kriti got films after films is she kept producers and directors happy. Shilpa, he was not lucky with women. Or I would say that he was in the wrong industry, Shilpa. All women cannot be blamed. Bhandari, glad to hear that. Ridhima, good evening, welcome. KB, ma'am, you got to join finally. Love your matter of fact manner of explaining how SSR was betrayed by those he trusted without trying to impose your own opinions on viewers. More power to you. Thank you, KB. And thank you for joining. Mutsi, true Bollywood ended on 14th of June, 2020. Absolutely. Peace. Ankita first got exposed when she refused acknowledging Disha Salian. I guess she was jealous of Disha, as SSR had worked with her and they were soulmates too. Here also, please note, Peace, that that the kind of death that Disha faced is something that nobody should ever have to undergo. You know what happened to her, and the kind of report that came in the postmortem, that she was gang raped, and also the kind of injuries in her body. She was thrown naked, and the watchman who was kicked out also said that, see, Rohan had put her body in the car the next day, or the next day or that night, and that watchman was kicked out. And it was only after 2 days that they had given it for postmortem. So it's very, very, very devious. These people are very devious. Welcome, Suman. That is on Saturday, Sumitra. Namaste, 13 months, no result. Genius man, but couldn't smell the bad intentions of people around him. I hope justice will be done. We're all working on that, Seema. She'll be coming on Monday, Suchitra. Ramata, he was smarter than them, yes. Still, Kriti seems to be better than the rest, yes. Peace, Monday. Alchemical, I seriously hate Bollywood people, like from my heart. No respect left. This Nautankita encouraged her fans to tweet against SSR a few years back. I have read those tweets. She seems dangerous and worse than Ria. Welcome, Sumitra. Does he mention how they made him? No, not as yet. Swati, welcome. You're doing, yeah, so here I've already explained to you, Abhishek, what what we do and why we do this, and you're welcome to go somewhere else. Kanika, I wish he would have stayed away from these bullies when everyone knows how these people are. Shivanand, good evening. Ramata, I think we should start online movements for SSR. See, one thing Ramata and others should understand is that it's not easy, trying to keep the SSR movement alive. So please respect us for whatever we do, the hard work that we put in. And it's very easy to pass comments like that because you want the movement to die. And as you said, Ramata, anything that we do in the movement is appreciated. So please go ahead. Peace, if Riya is Thai, Ankita is her Amma. Pragati, I wish if SSR could have gone online on any social media all of a sudden, the cruel, inhuman murders would not have got time to kill him. Samina, Sri was a true hero who showed, yes, you mean sir, yes. Seema Joshi, he smelled the danger to his life already, but he was already trapped. He couldn't find the foolproof support or protection because everyone was around him preaching for his death. Yes. Sadaf, love to Sushant from Pakistan. Nice of you, Sadaf. Edu, ma'am, is Sushant's diary still safe? Those were in the hands of police. I know that the ones that are with the Deepthi are safe. I'm sure of one thing, none of them will go scot-free. In the hands of the Creator, we are eager, but the Almighty is aware when they will be judged. Swati, where is Imtiaz Khatri? Any news about them? I don't know. I'm also not aware of that, Swati. Dr. Pushpalata, SSR was never allowed to meet psychiatrists alone. Priya always accompanied. He was never left alone. And I think many of these psychologists were connected to Mahesh, but also Dr. Pushpalata. Misha, Sushant had a woman spied on a few years back. I think it was Ankita only. There is no ethics at all. In these TV serials or in Bollywood, no limit of any kind from makeup to clothes, to acting to portraying the character anybody, husband with anybody. Here also, Lisa, you'll see there was a drastic change in how Ankita used to dress before and how she dresses now. It seems like, the bully uniform is short skirts or bikinis, anything that shows a lot of skin. इनका इनकम आजकल सिर्फ ओटीटी से हो रहा है alchemical fire at CBI headquarters. Yes, very suspicious. Sanjay, thanks, I couldn't remember. Yes, go away, nobody's forcing anyone to stay this channel. Thank you, Anne. KB, the Me Too allegations against SSR were false. Truth wins finally, as Sanjana denied. Actually, they were trying to pull SSR down as they were unable to reach up to this high standard. Also, KBC recently, a model, she said that she was gang raped by, some top actors, and she has named them. Even Suhail Seth's name is there in that. So, see, from Kwan, even that guy from Kwan is also there. So can you imagine? See, we all know who Kwan belongs to, and what Kwan does is to train women into this, and that's where all these people worked. Riya and all were working there. सोशल मीडिया पे अचानक से सारे बड़े बड़े स्टार क्यों आ गए हैं? सोचो जरा, इनको हर एक पोस्ट का एडवर्टाइजमेंट का भी पैसा मिलता है. Yes. Peace. The Sanjana Sanghi also is boycotted. Getting scared by hearing all these news. Chemical, इनको mob following करो और report करना start करो profiles को. मिर्च लग जाएगी इनको देखना. Yes. Edu, Jago, CBI people are waiting for justice and truth. Yes. Nam, simply boycotting Bollywood is not enough. Please support TV programs that are good and portraying good models and aligned to Indian culture. Absolutely. Mahima, as he said, his supporters will roar for him. That's why we are all talking. And that's why we're keeping it live even after 1 year. And we'll continue to do it till he gets justice. Om Namaha, we should celebrate 8 and 14 June as Black Day and should tag Bollywood biggies for condolences. Pani Rahi, no one kicked out, ma'am. All are murdered by great encounter specialists of, yes, family. Jannat, some cheap people still supporting Bollywood, so shameless. It's all those people who are paid. Sanjay, KB true. Why she took so long to respond? Reason you're talking about Sanjana. A reason she gave that she was in USA as if there was no Wi-Fi. They're all the same. Yes, that's a very good answer. Ma'am, good job by you. SSR should get justice. I never see his movies as I will cry. Yes, it makes you sad. Chemical, they all so sure and knows कि कोई कुछ नहीं करेगा समझे वोट आराम से बैठ के कमाते हैं रहेंगे वो तो आराम से बैठ के कमाते रहेंगे तुम लोग समझ नहीं रहे हो ये सब आभा गुड इवनिंग Sunset, Kriti Sanon is no angel. Her sister just made a video with Akshay. If she really cared about SSR, why would she associate with these people? All of them. All of them are interacting with the Akshay types. Peace. Yes, ma'am. When I think of Disha, I first think of the humiliation she had to go through. No kid or woman should go through this. God punish all those devils. Absolutely. Via Girish, ma'am, please never give up your indomitable spirit to strive for justice. Yes, yeah, Girish is see, they will keep mocking us, they'll keep making fun of us. Do they have the guts to keep it live like this? If they have, please do it and show us your strength. Lotaman, Bollywood is a place where all the lost and sold away souls gather to destroy our great India. Exactly. Vigneshwari, justice for SSR with love from Malaysia. Thank you so much. Tangam, I love SSR. Anonymous, good evening, ma'am. Waiting for SSR justice all the way from Singapore. Thank you. Edu, all Sushant related actors seems Thai Amma dumb in the hands of Bollywood. Yes. I can't even imagine how helpless he must have felt, surrounded by snakes all around and no one to help. Jannat, yes. Arya, hi ma'am. Yesterday's session was too good. Please do sessions about science conspiracies. Yes, Arya. CA made easy. Kirti also insults Sushant in Karan Johar show. Yes, I saw that as well. Pachendriya, ma'am, when will we get justice? We're waiting for that, Pachendriya. Every person seems that they are culprits. Samina, SSR was a true hero who showed everyone the true colors of drugwood politicians, doctors, and police. Yes. Sunset Love. Also, my question is all these star kids and other kids like Kriti, Kiara, don't they know or see the truth after SSR? Don't their families question them about this? Don't they hear the news and want to know the truth? Yeah, I don't know how they just walk around like this. I don't know how Janvi, knowing that her mother was killed, walks around like this. You know, I don't know how Sara Ali Khan, if she professed any love for SSR, can just go about her life as if nothing happened. Chandra, nepotism can't stop. The outsiders may feel so petrified. Hashi, I deeply believe that we will win with all the work we are putting up for justice cause. Yes, Hashi. By Girish, Sushant was one-man army and his qualities cannot match the entire Bollywood put together. Sudha Gopalakrishna, and when summoned by the authorities were questioning, the dress code changes to the humble salwar kameez, absolutely. Dr. Pushpalata, the gestures by Ankita and Rashmi on her birthday were so cheap and filthy, they appeared very down market. They want to show producers that they can do anything for work. Yes. Dreamers, now Natankita is promoting her sister also, posting her modeling pictures. Jannat Shara, ugly truth is even if Sush exposed Bollywood when alive, people would have trolled him. Even after dirty Bollywood is exposed, some cheap people are still supporting Bollywood, trying to diminish justice. Yes. Rashmi Desai is also seen everywhere. She knows about Disha. All are boycotted. There's no one we will support. Serials are made by this lot itself. Yes, Rachel. Kirtana, I'm shocked to know that Seth is not a nice guy. Is it true? Please read the report, then you'll know all the names. Some actors are there. A Kwan's person is also there in it. Saurabh, I wonder that there is so much information is floating in public domain, then why there is no action from agencies? Absolutely. Vijay, reply please. Did he use drugs wittingly? No. See, you know, you must have been hearing about what's going on. There seems to be a complete drug business going in his home, being done by others, and that is being exposed. Vijay, try to understand it. Sushant is not a fool to take drugs. Jaya, frankly, I'm sick of seeing Akshay Kumar in many ads. So many new faces are lined up, looks wise and also talented. Yes. Ian, I have liked the video. So sweet of you. Mabel, it's been a year. No case has been followed and worked on. Yes. Laila, I switch off the radio the moment I hear any Bollywood songs. I stopped watching Bollywood movies and TV serials. Yes, Laila, see, this is an emotion that all of us share with you. You know, earlier there were songs that I really enjoyed, but now when I see these characters dancing and frolicking to that, I just can't watch them anymore. Alman, Ankita has changed all of a sudden. Her behavior is shocking nowadays. Boycott Pavitra Rishta. Yes. Hashi, so much violence to earn in life by the powerful Bollywood goons. They're all like a dirty cult. Yes. Sushmita, good evening. Thanks a lot for your sessions with Deepthi. God bless you, protect you always. Thank you so much, Sushmita. Vijendra, Justice for World Fame Guy, SSR. Global Informatics, Justice for the Brave, Selfless Soul, SSR. I'm proud of your contribution towards the movement. Every action counts. Thank you. Mabel, see Sachin Bazi and Paramveer suffering. Yes. Monica, is there any reason could not engage a professional to manage his finances? I just find it strange that a person of his caliber needed someone else to manage his finances. Was he in some threat? Monica, it's very obvious that he was under threat. See, you will see many of the videos where he is being, sort of being orchestrated by others, and also the fact that see they must be having something, in their hand. Perhaps it could be something that Ankita, somebody, leaked, because he says that he was very upset when personal, intimate photos were leaked or videos were leaked. So we do not know. There must be something in their hands that he, as a middle class boy, would feel ashamed of, so which he would have never thought would have been exposed. Laila, even after a year, 90% of the public are still feeling low. But look at these people, yes, still having parties, yes. Everybody and all these flop actors like Arjun Kapoor celebrating their birthdays, buying houses. EM, boycott all these advertisements casting the same faces, yes. Anunaya, Aishwarya Rai didn't speak a word after her former manager Disha Salin's death. They all are devils. Ek hi thali se chhed. Yeah, chate. Yes, absolutely. KB, I think initially Sanjana Newby was scared to speak about the truth. We all know the mafia behind these so-called stars. She may have taken advice or something, hence delay. Your view. Okay. That could be possible. Danda, it's a common sense that Me Too claim on SSR was fake because Sanjana not personally claimed that. Only fake media posted that, yes. Vivor Anand has come with new narrative that SSR is alive. Is he brought by Bollywood or has he been fooled by the PR? Now he's completely being taken over by PR. It's very obvious. Ma'am, Rohini, this side, I had heard in your last video that Deepthi ma'am said if anyone can translate the hard disk drives by Deepthi ma'am in Hindi, it would be of more help. I'm ready to help. Sure, we'll try to contact you. I'll ask her and then get back to you. Om Namhe. Sushant will only get justice by boycotting Bollywood and this industry. Stop sending your children in this industry, either in reality shows or other shows. Yes. Rohi, please do let me know how to contact you separately if I can be of use for SSR. I don't fear anyone and I'm ready to speak out. Thank you. You can message me privately and give me your details. Kusum, do you really feel CBI is working on SSRK? Just need your personal answer. I'm not sure, Kusum. After the new director has come, chief has come, I'm having some hope. Let's see. Rimpi. In Bollywood, if someone goes against the Bollywood druggies, they kill every one of them and tell it is a suicide. We will continue the journey for justice, for SSR. Lakshmi. Everything was under carpet. Only his death was revealed. All kinds of dirt, filth, utter rubbish, which was going for years. Priya Chakraborty is the main girlfriend who is the major culprit. Certainly not Ankita. Sanjay, she got good publicity out of this, Sanjana. If you have seen her interview, free success of Dil Bechara. It was all me, me, me. Michelle, hello, ma'am. You're right. Sushant doesn't take any illegal drugs. He's not the type to take one. Justice for Sushant. Yeah. Lakshmi, missed you live shows. Glad I could catch up today. It's like a daily dose of positivity. Thank you. Lotaman, all dirty evils are openly trying to shut down the truth of SSR, Disha, Sridevi, and Jia Khan's murder. But why is the law and justice system silent and doing nothing to save our country's citizens? Why? KB, I do believe in karma catching up with all these wicked two-faced women, be it Nautankita or Chudail, Priya or the others. Divine retribution hits with equal force. Jai Shiv Shambho. Yes. Amen. Ma'am, his friend Mahesh Shetty is also drug dealer. Another hair-raising news. Yes, I suppose I don't know why he didn't come in front and say what's happening because he was supposed to be his closest friend. Kirtana, ma'am, any particular reason why NCB is taking such a long time to challenge Ria's bail? She's showing so much of attitude and living a normal life. Yes. I've given up on Bollywood long before Sushant's homicide. That when I saw Sushant, I got pulled in again only to realize that they haven't changed. My first instinct was right. Yes, Monica. Michelle, we should boycott Bollywood. I stopped watching their movies and shows. Yes. Akshay, ma'am, even Southern industry and Hollywood have dirty secrets like Bollywood. SSR reminded us that it is. But because of SSR, we came to know this dirt. Stop blind worship of celebs, whoever it is. Yes, that's the correct advice. Yes, you're right. Chaitanya, maybe in his birth chart, planet position is like that he was cheated by females. Chaitanya, maybe his birth chart planet position is like that. Okay. Anonymous, Bollywood pedophiles are now grooming young talents as young as 5 years to show sleazy adult movies at this young age. The more sleazy these youngsters perform, the more they enjoy watching. Yes. Anonymous, stop sending your young kids to perform for these pedophiles in the name of contest. These crocodiles will ruin their life. Yes. Ashok, are these ladies planted by the evil group to honey trap SSR? Could be. Yeah, absolute Hollywood has cults too. But it's just that the justice system is a little stronger here. That's all. Otherwise, the game, the manipulations are all the same. Yes, Monica. Chetana, maybe in his birth planet? Yes, I think you've already repeated that. Anup Shankar, Rohan Rai was in love with Disha almost 8 years. Was it love or was it something else? Sushant, mafia is involved in this, and I don't think that Modi got the guts to react. No, I don't think that's right. So here I would have to stop you from speaking against the Prime Minister, which is not fair. Now, when you say that Rohan Rai was in love, then why has he not exposed what happened? If he was so much in love with her, wouldn't he have said what had happened in her life? And tried to pin the culprits? Pinky was, dear SSR, an agent. Most of the people are saying that. Irohi, ma'am, how to message you separately? I don't know where to leave messages. I used to message earlier on YouTube comments where Deepthi ma'am was talking about Hindi translation. Maybe you can send it to my Instagram and then I'll follow up from there. Chetana, maybe yeah. Lakshmi, like you linked Sri Devi Jia Khan Disha and SSR cases, hope agencies do this too. all link up to the same group of killers. Absolutely. Pinky, I became a gigantic fan of this beautiful soul after his death because it gave me an opportunity to look through his luminous soul. So nice. Meera, waiting for Deepthi ma'am for part 10. Please inform us. Yes, on Monday. Monday, 8 o'clock, Meera. Musical melodies, welcome Sangeeta. Justice or no justice? Sushant's case will definitely create history. Jane samastu sukarno bhavantu. Sanjay. Please, friends, remember SSR mentioned Anil Busrat, 5 chelas here in India. Punish them. Monica, I feel like he was a victim of narcissistic abuse. He was manipulated, gaslighted. And when they couldn't break his spirit any other way, they killed him. Yes. Because seeing the body at crematorium, we feel that the miner's body was also cremated with SSR's body without his family's knowledge, as everything was managed by Sandeep Singh. How can we confirm this? Yes, even I have a doubt about that. Archita, honey trapping is very normal in Bollywood, just to dance to their tunes, specific groups' tunes. Yes. Pinky, please do not send your kids to these reality shows. They are poisonous. Yes. Hi, one thing I don't understand is why Sushant didn't take life precautions when he knew that life is in danger. I think he was too deeply involved in it and there were too many threats, Sita. That's why this happened. His family contacted police, but they did nothing. Wasn't there anything more the family could do? When the complete Mumbai police is under the control of the political clout, what can they do? Even directly interfering. They knew his life was in danger. Couldn't OP Singh do anything? I feel so sad. Yes. This is something everybody is asking. Ashok, do you believe the respective agencies are doing in the right direction to bring the case to correct closure or political pleasure? Yes, we are hoping it is being done. Pushpalata, when drugs were there for so long, why NCB waiting for SSR murder? He could have been saved. Yes. KB, when you truly love someone, you're willing to go to any extent, even you lay your life down for that person. Rohan Rai never loved Disha in the true sense. His actions were. See, the very fact, KB, that he put her body in, and is trying to conceal the whole thing, without, speaking about it itself. And then he goes into hiding. And what sort of a lover is he? Almani was trapped to all sides, poor soul. So, SSR. Prema, public should boycott this entire Ikta's gang and Chamchas and entire Bollywood mafia. Yes. Agnes, ma'am, we are with you to support Sushant Singh Rajput and Disha Salian. Thank you, Agnes. Neelam, Sushant was too innocent for these girls. Yes. Akshay, ma'am, still people follow these so-called celebs on Insta, YouTube channels with millions of followers. Still say it's a suicide. People state AIMS report as proof. This worries me. Don't worry. What has to come out will come out. Monica, one thing I really admire about Sushant is that despite all the fame, he was so simple. I saw him many years back at Miami International Airport. He was so normal. I don't even know he didn't even know he was a star. That's a great one. Thank you, Monica. That's all for now, friends. So I'll see you tomorrow with another show. And friends, tomorrow Saffron Tiger is joining us. He'll come out with another angle that we'll be talking about tomorrow. I'll end with Akshay. Sushant souls will never let the criminals live in peace. Dr. Pushpalata, if nothing, the actions of Maharashtra government and Mumbai police post SSR death itself is the biggest proof of murder. Absolutely. Thank you, friends, and good night.